Champions do not become champions when they win the event, but in the hours, weeks, months, and years they spend preparing for it. The victorious performance itself is merely the demonstration of their championship character. Quote unquote, T. Allen Armstrong.
At the outset, I welcome you all on the occasion of ninth Chairman's Championship and a warm good morning. I take this opportunity to humbly receive and welcome all the eminent and distinguished personalities. I humbly welcome the honorable jury members, Dr. Tajwa ma'am, Dr. Uma Shankar sir, and Dr. Nilofa Hussaini ma'am. With immense pleasure, I welcome the most dynamic and passionate Honorable President Academic Council and CEO JGI Group, Dr. Chandrasekhar DP sir, the ever charismatic and composed respected Secretary Academic Council, Dr. Mona Mehdi ma'am, the ever poised and humbled respected Joint Secretary, Mrs. Lalita Kosaraju ma'am.
I humbly welcome the charismatic principal, JHCS Shamirpet, Ms. Rahila Tabassum ma'am, the magnificent principal, JHCS Nagpur, Ms. Monica Ratnapraj ma'am, the industrious center manager, Ms. Subbu Lakshmi ma'am, the dynamic COO, TJIS Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar Aurangabad, Mrs. Shikha Srivastava ma'am, and all the distinguished and illustrious guests, sincere coordinators, devoted educators, and mentors on this special occasion of the ninth Chairman's Championship of the JJ Group of Institutions.
The Chairman's Championship event is the pride of JGI Group of Schools. It's been an integral part of it. JGI has the ethos for creating such innovative platforms for young and buzzing new talents of JGI schools. It's been 8 years. This event has progressed from leaps and bounds. Initially, we began it with physical activities, and then it moved to Model Youth Parliament. And now, we are here with Sustainable Development Goals. We have collaborated with the schools internationally, and students from international schools are with us. I wish everyone all the best.
Light and brightness has always been equated with positivity, motivation, harbinger of good, and associated with spiritual beings. Light is a form and a symbol of Tej.
The lamp invokes Tamsoma Jyotirgamaya, means the lamp leads us from darkness to light. So let us officially commence our gathering today by asking Divine Presence of Ma Saraswati, by offering Saraswati Vandana, and by kindling the lamp of knowledge and wisdom.
School song reverberates the ethos of the school's philosophy and ethics and brings us all together for doing the best for our school and create a conducive and healthy environment. Here comes the JGI school song.
We carry the torch of Jain heritage of Cambridge School. We carry the torch of Jain heritage of Cambridge School. Heritage we follow, times ahead we taking our stride. Heritage we follow, times ahead we taking our stride. We carry the torch of Jain heritage of Cambridge. We carry the torch of Jain heritage of Cambridge School. Glorious past and its grandeur we carry, confidence of being a part of Jet Set Day. Glorious past and its grandeur we carry, confident of being a part of Jet Set Day. With earnestness and zeal, we move abreast with moving time. We hold relentless devotion and passion for excellence, aiming high to touch new heights, aiming high to touch new heights, to touch new heights, to touch new heights. We carry the torch of Jain heritage of Cambridge School. We carry the torch of Jain heritage of Cambridge School.
Wow, what a beautiful and melodic composition.
A great person attracts great people and knows how to hold them together. Quote unquote, John Wolfgang.
This is truly personified by a great trailblazer, who's appropriately well for an accomplished administrator and a team leader with a proven track record in people, schools, and foundation management in a variety of settings.
A people and task oriented individual with the ability to build strong relationships, committed to the highest levels of professional and personal excellence. One of the strongest pillars of JGI Group of Schools. A visionary, a far-sighted leader, an epitome of diligence and grace.
She is none other than the respected Secretary Academic Council, Dr. Mona Mehndi ma'am. Now may I humbly request respected ma'am to address the gathering. It's over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Nikhil and Navida. A very good morning, respected CEO, JGI Group and President of the Academic Council, Dr. Chandrasekhar DP, Joint Secretary, Academic Council, Ms. Lalita Kosaraju, esteemed jury members, Dr. Uma Shankar, Assistant Professor, Department of Professional Studies, Christ University, Bangalore, Dr. Tajwir, International Standard Verifier for Pearson, UK, and visiting faculty with the Institute of Applied Technology, Dubai and Sharjah. Joining us from Dubai, Dr. Nilofer, Assistant Professor in the Department of Professional Studies, School of Commerce, Finance and Accountancy, Christ University, Bangalore. Principals from various branches of JGI Group, respected heads and coordinators of participating teams from across the globe, dear participating team members, students, teachers, parents, and distinguished guests who are viewing this event live. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the 9th Chairman's Championship, an important event in the academic calendar of the JGIS. In the interest of everyone, would like to let you know the idea behind this event. This event was conceptualized by our CEO, Dr. Chandrasekhar DP, and the mentor, way back in the year 2015, with a clear intention of bringing all the schools of JGI Hyderabad cluster together and create a healthy competition amongst the branches and, of course, learning through experience. Initially, it started with the sports events, and then it included the EduFest, moved to the Model Youth Parliament, and the next level was the 2 editions of the International Student-Led Conference involving schools across the globe. The entire journey was just now displayed during the school song. The idea is to give exposure to the students on global issues, to work towards it through research work and presentation of thoughts with the exchange of thoughts. This event has become an important part in the academic calendar of not only the JGINs, but also the participating schools, as it gives a lot of exposure to the students. I thank all the principals and heads in joining hands in making the students work towards a single goal, Sustainable Development Goal, need of the hour. 7 teams, 21 participants, 7 coordinators, 7 heads, 3 jury members, and the Academic Council, with its core team members, have worked relentlessly to reach this final day of oral presentation of International Student-Led Conference, the 3rd edition on Sustainable Development Goals. It was a process: selection of teams, allotment of goals, rules and regulations, registration, submission of abstract, submission of research articles, adhering to the deadlines, reaching out to the jury members, their evaluation of these, which has already taken place. And today we will be witnessing the oral presentation of these bright youngsters. I'm sure it's going to be an experience of its kind for all these young minds speaking on the global goals about which they have already shared in their research article. It's also going to be an enthralling and challenging experience for the jury members. On behalf of the Academic Council, I take this opportunity to extend my gratitude to the eminent jury members who have been involved in this process for almost one last month, despite their extremely busy schedule. They have gone through the papers extensively, and their inputs and suggestions are valuable. As part of the conference proceeding, all the research articles related to this conference will be published and shared with all the participating teams. On behalf of the JGINs and the Academic Council, I extend a warm welcome to you, the eminent jury. Hearty welcome to the team members of participating in this competition, and wish you good luck. Thank you once again for adhering to the deadline, students, and being proactive throughout. It speaks volumes about the zeal and enthusiasm you have in bringing the change with your work. A big thank you to your principals for choosing you to represent their school, the coordinators and the mentors who have helped you to reach till here. All the very best to all of you. Participating in such big events is in itself an achievement. So congratulations from my side to all of you. Without much of ado, I once again extend a hearty welcome to all of you and all the very best. May the best team win. Thank you. Over to you, Nikhil and Niveda, to take the event ahead.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your insightful and motivational words.
The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, adopted by all United Nations member states in 2015, provides a shared blueprint for peace and prosperity for people and the planet, now and into the future. At its heart are the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, which are an urgent call for action by all countries, developed and developing in a global partnership. I am very glad to share that the theme for the 9th Chairman's Championship is Sustainable Development Goals, and the participants are all geared up for the oral presentation. The participants have done the extensive research on the given topics, and they submitted the abstract and research paper article on the topics within the stipulated deadlines. And today they are ready to go for the oral presentation.
Now we will move ahead with the oral presentations by different teams. The first presentation is by Team 1, DPS Modern Indian School, Qatar. Their goal is number 5, Gender Equality, and the participants are Shaisha Verma, grade 9th, Syed Amir Nawaz Rizvi, grade 8, and Arohi Sharma, grade 8. Over to you, Team 1. All the very best to you.
Team 1, your time starts now.
A very good morning to one and all present here. I am Sasha Verma from Team 1. My team and I from DPS Modern Indian School, Doha, Qatar, are here to explain the importance of the 5th Sustainable Development Goal, Gender Equality. Please change the slide. Now, gender equality is not merely an objective. It is a moral imperative that promotes equal rights, equal opportunities, and equal treatment to all genders. The historical backdrop of this goal reveals a long-fought struggle marked by various global conferences, events, and movements advocating for the recognition of women's rights and empowerment. Though many measures have been implemented for its promotion, gender equality remains unaccomplished in many parts of the world. Please change the slide. Now, I'd like to discuss the various factors that influence gender equality. The first is education. According to UNESCO, a high percentage of girls in low-income countries have never been to school just because of the cost of education. Another factor is economic participation and employment. Women are less likely to be employed as compared to men due to societal stereotypes. Talking about political representation, it is commonly seen that women are consistently undermined in many parliaments all around the world. This has resulted in the restrictions in women's ability to influence decision-making and has also hindered the diversity of perspectives in political agendas. Next slide, please. Looking into the matter of gender equality in developing nations, I'd like to take which is one of the least developed countries in the world. It is located in the African continent. When females, who make up about 50% of the population, do not have access to opportunities and resources, the country's progress declines. They should ensure that both men and women have equal access to education, healthcare, employment, and decision-making positions. It is also important to note that gender equality is a critical ingredient for any strategy to be durable, resilient, and have an inclusive growth rate. Violence, exploitation, unequal division of unpaid domestic care, and discrimination in public office still remain huge barriers in the economic and social fields. The last factor I'd like to talk about is the relationship of gender equality with sustainable development. The United Nations Development Programme 2 states that gender equality is really crucial for achieving a sustainable future. Climate change and disasters continue to have a disproportionate effect on women and children, as do conflict and migration. Please change the slide. Now, I'd like to call upon my fellow teammate Arohi Sharma to proceed with the presentation.
Good morning, I am Arohi Sharma and I'm going to be discussing some of the solutions to achieve gender equality. First of all, when governments invest in their women's population, they set them up for success. For instance, by providing free education for underprivileged girls and setting up facilities to aid working women. One such program is the National Creche Scheme for the children of working mothers, which provides daycare facilities to the children. Another solution to bridge this gap is by enabling women to work outside the home. Men in the legal industry earn an average of 59% more than women. This pay gap demotivates women to work as their work isn't valued. Therefore, closing these gaps is essential to ensure gender equality in the workplace and push women to continue working after marriage and having children. Next is tackling biases in different countries and workplaces. Gender-based discrimination in social institutions costs the world around $6 trillion a year. Countries can work towards reducing these gaps through social and legal actions, such as curbing underage marriage, criminalizing domestic violence, and increasing the number of female elected officials. So next slide, please. So please change the slide. Now, coming to why we should promote gender equality. Achieving gender equality could potentially increase the production of developing countries and empower women to achieve what they have long desired, whether that's sports, a job, or educating themselves. When we provide equal opportunities for boys and girls, we can open up an entire ocean of opportunities for an entire half of the population who haven't been given the same chances as the other sections of society. Through education and better government policies and infrastructure, women can achieve great things and bring great impacts around the world. When women and girls are empowered, they become true agents of change. Now I call upon Amir to continue the presentation.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Amir, and I'll be talking about the main objectives of Sustainable Development Goal number 5 now. Ending discrimination against women and children, saying no to all forms of violence, eliminating harmful practices like child marriage, ensuring women's voices in policy making, universal access to sexual and reproductive rights, using technology to empower and grant access to various resources, adopting and enforcing policies for women's equality, eradicating workplace biases, and ensuring equal pay. These are the objectives of this goal, which SDG 5 aims to achieve. So next slide. So next slide. Voices in policy making, universal access to sexual. To conclude our presentation, I'll be explaining again about why Sustainable Development Goal number 5, gender equality, is so important. First, women constitute a significant portion of the global population. Their well-being and empowerment directly impacts the well-being of entire communities and societies. This goal stands as a beacon of hope, essential for empowering millions of women worldwide, granting them access to education, healthcare, economic opportunities, and decision-making roles. It is essential in bringing justice to women all over the globe. Sustainable Development Goal 5 is very important in addressing social disparities. It is through this goal that we can ensure that all women's voices are heard and that they actively participate in shaping an equitable future. With this, I conclude. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
What an excellent presentation by Team 1. Now the next team for the oral presentation is Team 4, Jain Heritage of Cambridge School, Kondapur. Their goal is number 14, Life Below Water. And the participants are Ananya Nair, grade 9th, Gokshetra A, grade 9th, and Rohita K, grade 8. Over to you, Team 4. All the very best to you.
Team 4, your time starts now.
Diving into the depths of SDG 14, let's remember that our oceans are the Earth's heartbeat, silently pulsating beneath the waves. May this presentation reveal the symphony of life below water.
In the ripples of our oceans, we find a universal truth that life is interconnected. With this research, we aim to unlock the secrets of these watery realms and inspire a more sustainable future for all.
Good morning, respected delegates, honorable principals, teachers, jury members, and fellow students. We, the students of GSS Kondapur, are honored to be taking part in this grand event. Without any further ado, I would like to introduce you all to our topic, which is Goal 14, Life Below Water. Next slide, please. It is one of the most important goals introduced by the United Nations, and as you can see, we will be covering the following topics today. Next slide, please.
Introduction. The United Nations introduced the SDGs in 2015, aiming to eradicate poverty, protect the environment, achieve global peace and prosperity by 2030. The 14th of these 17 goals is Life Below Water, which primarily focuses on conserve and sustainably use oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. This goal emphasizes responsible management for long-term sustainability. Next slide, please. Review of the issue. The Earth's oceans and seas play a very crucial role in providing food, energy, water, maintaining global climate systems. Marine protected areas empower women, boost income, generate employment, and not only that, but also enhance fish harvests. Despite environmental challenges like pollution, overfishing, climate change, and so forth, the UN aims for a pollution-free future for marine and coastal ecosystems, focusing on ocean acidification, implementing international legislation for sustainable ocean resource use. Next slide, please.
Ocean emergencies. There are several pressing ocean emergencies, including coastal eutrophication, excessive nutrient enrichment in coastal waters leading to ecosystem imbalance, dead zones, and harmful algal blooms. Ocean acidification, CO2 absorption causing harm to marine ecosystems and biodiversity by altering pH levels in the ocean. Ocean warming, climate change-induced rising ocean temperatures, resulting in threats like coral bleaching, habitat loss, and shifts in species migrations. Plastic pollution, a significant threat to human health, ecosystems, and marine life, disrupting habitats, food chains, and harming animals. Next slide, please. Navigating Goal 40. Next slide, please.
Ocean conservation faces challenges due to lack of awareness, limited enforcement, land-based pollution, plastic pollution, nutrient pollution, and eutrophication. SDG 14 aims to address these issues through sustainable management of marine resources and ecosystems while addressing climate change problems and promoting global cooperation for a healthy, thriving ocean environment. Next slide, please. These are the mighty 10 targets of Goal 14 that the United Nations has outlined and indicated. Targets set the goals while indicators serve as measurement tools to assess goal achievement. As we explain the goals, initiatives will be displayed on screen. Next slide, please.
SDG 14.1. This target aims to reduce marine pollution primarily from land-based activities through monitoring coastal eutrophication and plastic debris density. Next slide, please. SDG 14.2 aims to sustainably manage and protect marine and coastal ecosystems, enhancing resilience and restoration for healthy oceans. Next slide, please.
Target 14.3 aims to minimize ocean acidification impacts through scientific cooperation and indicators like marine acidity. Next slide, please. SDG 14.4 aims to regulate harvesting, eliminate overfishing, and implement science-based management plans to restore fish stocks to sustainably yield levels. Next slide, please.
SDG 14.5 aims to conserve 10% of coastal and marine areas through effective management, protection, and ecosystem connectivity. Next slide, please. SDG 14.6 aims to prevent overcapacity and overfishing by prohibiting certain fishery subsidies, eliminating illegal ones, and providing special treatment for developing countries in World Trade Organization fishery subsidy negotiations. Next slide, please.
SDG 14.7 aims to boost the economic benefits of sustainable marine resource use by 2030, particularly in fisheries, aquaculture, and tourism. Next slide, please. SDG 14.8 aims to enhance scientific understanding, research capabilities, and transfer of marine technologies for developing nations, oceans, and marine biodiversity. Next slide, please.
Target 14.9 aims to provide small-scale fishers with access to maritime resources and markets, with indicators focusing on legal, regulatory policy, and institutional framework. Next slide, please. Target 14.10 aims to promote ocean conservation and sustainable resource use, adhering to the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. Next slide, please.
As you can see, here are a few statistics to support our topic. In picture 1, the rate of biologically sustainable marine resources have declined from 90% in 1974 to 69% in 2013.
In picture 2, we see the ocean eutrophication rate constantly accelerating. And picture 3 shows how in India, around 25,000 tons of plastic is generated and deposited near water bodies daily, but only 60% gets cleared. Next slide, please. The presentation discusses ocean and marine ecosystem problems for SDG 14, emphasizing the importance of long-term ocean sustainability. It stresses upon the significance of collective action, especially in light of Indian American scientist Ashok Gadgil's American National Medal for Clean Water Technology.
To the ocean's guardians and the whispered wisdom of coastal towns, this research is a tribute to our tireless endeavors. You are the captains steering us towards a thriving life below water. Next slide, please. Let's together protect life below water for a brighter and more sustainable future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nikhil, just hold for a second. I just want you all to take a pause. Santosh, just work on the spreadsheet first. Let that technical glitch get over. Only then we'll move to the next team. Just for a second, please bear with us. There's some technical glitch in the spreadsheet. So just be there. All the jury members, I know that you have noted down all the criterias manually. We're just working on it. Santosh, I'm giving you that time. Please rectify that glitch. Tajwar madam, you are there, and Uma Shankar sir, you are also there. Nilofer ma'am, you are also there. Just keep checking whether you are able to put it on the spreadsheet. once if you are able to do it, only then we'll move ahead, because this is, we are sitting in all different places. It'll take too much of time for compiling this. This is basically, we'll get the results at a click. That's the reason. No issues. We'll just wait for a minute. Santosh, are you able to do it?
Yes, madam. I removed the restrictions for everything.
Okay, just a second. Can I get the confirmation for Nilofer ma'am? Are you able to do it? I can see that you can do it. Just try. Tajwar madam?
Yeah,
If you can
it's fine now. It's fine now. Dr.
It's
Mohammed.
working, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I would request that please, whatever manually you people have noted down, immediately put it on this spreadsheet as well. Okay, fine. Uma Shankar sir, if you're there, can you please, yeah, you're there. Please unmute and let me know, sir, if you're able to do. I can see that you're able to do.
So let's
Yes, ma'am, I can do it. Yes, ma'am, I can do it.
consider it as a watertight definition.
It's fine. So thank you so much for bearing with us. Over to you, Nikhil and Niveda. Please continue. Thank you so much. And thank you, jury members, for keeping us informed immediately. There were so many calls and messages, so we could take into it. Thank you so much. Continue, please.
Wow, what an impressive presentation by Team 4. The purpose of education is to make good human beings with skill and expertise. Enlightened human beings can be created by teachers. Quote unquote Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. It's my privilege and honor to introduce to you all with the first jury member, a great scholar and an educationist, Dr. Tajwar ma'am. Ma'am did a PhD from TM Bhagalpur University, India, in customer relationship marketing, presently working as a visiting faculty with the Institute of Applied Technology, Dubai and Sharjah branch. The institute, established by His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of UAE, provides technical and vocational education to secondary and higher education level. Ma'am is also working as a standard verifier. Pearson Edexcel, UK Pearson Edexcel qualification is built on the British educational system and offers courses in vocational education and help learners into higher education or employment. In the last decade, ma'am has served various educational institutions in various capacities and roles. Ma'am has published innumerable research papers and blogs. Now may I solemnly request respected Dr. Tajwar ma'am to address us. It's over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for a wonderful introduction. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Mona Mehdi for giving me an opportunity to be a part of the conference on SDG Season 3, Dr. Chandrasekhar DP, CEO JGI Group, and the entire JGI team for having such a unique concept of International Student Conference and providing this platform where the students can share their knowledge and learn new things. I must say that I'm very impressed by the intellectual ideas that I have heard this morning till now. And I'm amazed at the amount of work that the teams have put into this project. All of the teams have put a lot of effort, and the professionalism with which they're carrying out their presentation. Everyone who took part has so much to be proud to be a part of this competition. But remember one thing, I do understand that this is a competition, but remember, students, that the only person you should be in competition with is yourself. And you should derive, in fact, your satisfaction and knowing that you have done your best and that you have gotten the most of what you should have given to this competition. And for me, every participant here is already a winner, and I congratulate all of you, and I wish all the best to all of you for your future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your insightful words. JGI Group take immense pleasure to give away a token of love and warmth to Dr. Tajwar ma'am.
Now, the next team for the oral presentation is Team 2, Gents Modern Academy, Dubai. And the goal is goal number 7, affordable and clean energy. The participants are Gauri Menon, grade 11, Prasanna Aditya Bal Gopal, grade 11, Saksham Ubveja, IB1. Over to you, Team 2. All the very best to you.
Team 2, your time starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are 3 high school students from Gems Modern Academy, Dubai. My name is Prasanna Balagopal, along with my teammates Gauri Menon and Saksham Uboveja, and we're very honored to be able to present our research in the field of quantum dots and its outshining positive properties when integrated with lithium-ion batteries. Next, please. In a world in dire need of clean, affordable energy solutions, we present to you a study on quantum dots. These minuscule, eco-friendly particles have the power to significantly enhance lithium-ion battery performance, aligning perfectly with Sustainable Development Goal 7, affordable and clean energy. Graphene oxide quantum dots offer impressive ionic conductivity with a remarkable 100% retention rate after 500 charge-discharge cycles. Imagine recharging lithium-ion batteries in just 30 seconds. This research lays the foundation for a future with cleaner and more affordable energy. To fully harness the potential of these energy sources, efficient and long-lasting energy storage solutions are crucial. Enter quantum dots. Quantum dots, also known as semiconductor nanocrystals, are tiny particles with extraordinary semiconductor properties, measuring just a few nanometers in size. When exposed to ultraviolet light, the electrons within quantum dots become highly conductive, transitioning from valence to conductance shells. What makes quantum dots truly exceptional is their impressive electrochemical energy storage capabilities streaming from their large specific surface area and adjustable size. They are essentially point-like entities, allowing numerous quantum dots to be densely packed into confined spaces, ensuring efficient electron movement necessary for generating current. But that's not all. Quantum dots are non-toxic, possess optical characteristics which are useful in communication, and are incredibly cost-effective to produce. In a world where the race toward cleaner and more affordable energy solutions is relentless, quantum dots emerge as a game changer. They hold the promise of transforming our energy storage systems, lighting the path to a brighter and more sustainable future. Now moving on to methodology.
For the manufacture of carbon quantum dots, ethanol is the primary component. Ethanol, distilled water, and anhydrous sodium hydroxide are mixed together using a magnetic stirrer set at 750 rotations per minute. The mixed solution is then electrolyzed using carbon rods separated by 1 inch at 30 milliampere current for 2 hours. The solution is then left to age for 2 days, after which it is filtered using a chromatographic film with the help of diethyl ether, silica gel, and petroleum ether. Next slide, please. The filtered quantum dot vials are then placed in a fume hood for a day to evaporate the ethers. The reddish-orange solution of quantum dots can be collected by using a centrifuge, which applies the concept of centrifugal forces to separate the quantum dots from the solution. Next slide. It can be collected by using a binary gradient illusion with acetonitrile methanol. Quantum dots need to be stored in a dark room with the temperature less than 4 degrees Celsius, as exposure to the atmosphere can alter its optical properties. Moving on to the review of the issue.
Next slide, please. Our world is in the midst of its 6th mass extinction event, and this one is almost solely been driven by us humans and our activities. We need a solution to curb the prevalence and negative extent of climate change to quick, effective, and innovative solutions. This is where quantum dots and lithium-ion batteries come in. In an effort to combat climate change, we can see a near exponential rise in the demand and supply of lithium-ion batteries and quantum dots, where the global market for lithium-ion batteries is projected to rise to $300 billion by 2030. From what we currently know, this Nobel Prize-winning innovation has shown great promise in removing the need for us to exploit carbon-rich sources like fossil fuels to extract our energy. From LEDs and TV screens to electric vehicles and electronic devices like our phones, quantum dots are showing excellent promise in the field of both electrochemistry and electronics, where the potential of enhancing the safety and longevity of lithium-ion batteries is also very promising. Also, picture this. Quantum dots have managed to recharge batteries in just 30 seconds. In a world where battery life is always a problem, we might just have a solution. However, there are clear and evident gaps highlighted in initial research too. For instance, like any new technology, their presence hasn't become very extensive yet. Although they do recharge batteries very fast, they make the batteries lose their efficiency just as fast in about just 30 cycles. Also, their safety and longevity at a large scale is yet to be proven. Next slide, please. Now, moving on to our conclusion, our research article highlights the advancements in quantum dots research, particularly in terms of improved production, efficiency, and scalability with respect to lithium-ion batteries. And as shown in the graph, the near 100% retention of graphene oxide quantum dots, even after 500 charge and discharge cycles, could significantly improve the performance of lithium-ion batteries for various applications. The need for optimized storage processes and the implementation of modern techniques like lean production are emphasized to ensure broader accessibility and affordability of quantum dots and lithium-ion batteries, even in economically backward nations. Our research emphasizes the significance of continuing the R&D, safety, sustainability, and longevity of quantum dots with the ultimate goal of creating a cleaner and more affordable future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, it was really a wonderful presentation by Team 2. Now, the next team for the oral presentation is Team 3, Jain Heritage, a Cambridge School, Shamirpet. The goal is goal number 3, good health and well-being. The participants are Abhinya Kaveshri, grade 9, Miftaul Jannat, grade 8, Sujit Singham, grade 9. Over to you, Team 3. All the very best to you.
Good morning to all the
Team
dignitaries
3,
present.
your time starts now.
Good morning to all the dignitaries present here. This is Janet. I'm here with my team. We are from Jain Heritage Cambridge School, Shamirpet. Next slide, please. In the year 2015, a set of 17 Sustainable Development Goals, also known as Global Goals, were prosecuted in the UN General Assembly. It aims to change the world into a better place. Next slide, please. Our project focuses on Goal 3, good health and well-being, ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all ages. This is a comprehensive initiative which will incorporate various strategic measures leading to good health and well-being. Next slide, please. Our project overview emphasizes on good health and well-being. There are few core objectives contributing to SDG 3. They are as follows. First, access to quality healthcare. Second, preventive healthcare measures. Third, food security and nutrition. Fourth, global partnerships for healthcare. Fifth, mental health support and awareness. Thank you. Over to you, Abhinay.
The core objectives of SDG 3 are 1. Enhance access to quality healthcare services. This means to increase and implement the number of healthcare facilities and increase in number of healthcare professionals so that in remote and marginalized areas, no one is left untreated. Second, promote preventive healthcare measures. This means to have medical campaigns and awareness campaigns that spread awareness about certain diseases that must be prevented and avoided. This preventive measures mainly focuses on 5 things, that is vaccination, screening, hygiene, regular checkups, and etc. 3. Foster mental health awareness and support. This is to have awareness campaigns in every district corner of the world so that it can reduce stigma around mental health. And in addition to co-curricular activities, mental health should be main part of health education in all educated schools. Ensure inclusivity and equity in healthcare services. This basically means to have and promote gender equality in healthcare services and also have healthcare policies that is affordable by all. 5. Strengthen global partnerships for health is when a health organization tries to collaborate with international organizations like WHO or UNO to establish a goal of having global fund that has proper medical resources, medical requirements, and medical professionals so that in case of emergency, no life is at stake.
6. Community health clinics. Community health clinics is when a marginalized area has proper health facilities. In case of urgency or emergency, no life is at stake. 7. Digital health solutions, in short known as DHS, is when you have an e-app that empowers all the diagnostic reports and lab reports. 8. Nutrition and food security. Nutrition and food security is one of the best methods to achieve this project overview. You can team up with local farmers and support sustainable agriculture. 9. Water sanitation and hygiene, which is also known as WASH. 10. Maternal and child health care is one of the most important project overview. We need to try to reduce this maternal mortality rate. Next slide, please. Targets accomplished. Reduce maternal mortality rate. As you can see from the graph which is given below, from the year 2010 to 2020, from 457 to 394, India has successfully achieved induction of maternal mortality rate. As you can see from the map which is also given here, some states like Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Assam, Nagaland still need to reduce maternal mortality rate. Next slide, please. Under 5 mortality rate, which is also known as U5MR, UFMR, or infant mortality rate. As you can see from the graph which is given here, from 2014 to 2020, from 45 to 32, India has also achieved successfully reduction of this. Next slide, please. Mental health. As I've already said before, mental health is very neglected in India. And the number of districts with district mental health program has increased from the year 2015 to 16 to 2020 to 21. As you can see from the year 2020 to 21, 241 to 692, India has achieved a good focus on mental health. Next slide, please. Me and my team have done a survey on mental health and well-being by using G87 tool. Overall, we have gotten more than 100 responses. And as you can see from the graph which is given here, from the age gap from 12 to 24, which is basically teenagers and adults, have 20.8% chance in increase and suffering from mental health issues like dyslexia, ODHD, ADHD, OCD, and etc. Next slide, please. Hypothesis of the project. Our project seeks to achieve several key outcomes aligning with the targets and indicators of SDG 3. For example, we can support towards a sustainable and local food system. There are many benefits like reduction in disease prevalence and improved health styles can be measured, greater health literacy, and community awareness. Over to you, Sujit.
Thank you, Abhiksha, for giving us the overview and the honor survey. Here is a brief overview about the improvements on SDG 3. SDG 3 has launched universal health coverage, which gives the people who live in marginalized areas and the people who live in poverty good medication and vaccination. The graph of HIV and AIDS has dropped over 53% globally, and the maternal health and death rate has also dropped over 47% globally. Next slide, please. Next slide. I conclude that achieving SDG 3 will not only help in good health and well-being, but it will also contribute for the global development. Next slide, please. Thank you for giving me and my team the opportunity to present a report on SDG 3, good health and well-being. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, what a spellbinding presentation by Team 3.
The purpose of education is to turn mirrors into windows. Quote unquote, Sidney J. Harris. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce to you all to a learned and a distinguished educationist, Dr. Uma Shankar Sir. Sir is MPhil and PhD, an academician, data analyst, and consultant who has 17 years of academic and industry experience. Currently associated with Christ University, Bangalore. Sir has published more than 35 papers in reputed national and international journals and presented in conferences. Sir has certification from IIM Bangalore in the area of business data analytics and is a consultant in data analytics and business analytics. Sir designs and organizes research and data analytic workshops under the brand of SEM Workshop Cake regularly, which completed 13 editions comprising 500 plus participants from 19 states, 29 universities, and 119 institutions across India. Sir is a renowned resource person for the workshop in the area of research and data analytics. Handled sessions in reputed institutions like Christ University Bangalore, Anna University Chennai, Karpagam University Coimbatore, Bhartiyar University Coimbatore, and MKCE Karur. May I solemnly request respected Uma Shankar Sir to address us. It's over to you, sir.
Yeah, very good morning to everyone. I first of all thank I'm audible to you?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I'm grateful to Mr. Chandrasekhar sir and Mona ma'am for giving me this great opportunity. I'm very excited to be part of this every year because this is my third year. I'm associated with Jain, and I'm just observing the conference. I cannot say I'm a jury because I'm just there's a lot of learning is happening whenever I'm attending this conference. Okay, so I also actually I'm always thinking about I'm not a jury, I'm a participant. Maybe I'm a listener because the kind of learning happening in this kind of conference is so nice, and especially when younger kids they come out with a lot of research aspirations. Okay, it really motivates me to do better. And especially even I'm just seeing that the growth, maybe I can able to compare the year 1, year 2, and year 3. So there is enormous development among the students, especially the way they prepare the research article, they identify the topics, and also the presentation. I can easily see the major differences in an improvement. I can say in the past years there is an improvement in their presentations, especially the presentation making and the delivery and the content. So it's keep on improving. Maybe I just I need to appreciate all the people who behind this, because students are can do anything, but they need a proper coach and mentors. Okay, so I think it is possible only with those mentors and the coaches, and especially the people like Mona ma'am. Okay, so is inspiring everyone. So it is very happy to be part of this. I'm just congratulating each and everyone because you made our job very tough. Okay, I'm finding it very difficult to the providing marks, allocating marks, even when you're at the papers itself. When I'm looking at the presentation, I'm even more shocked because it is going to be a tough task for me. Okay. So thank you. All the best, everyone. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for your motivational words. We take immense pleasure to give away a token of love and warmth to our respected jury member. Now the next team for the oral presentation is Team 5, Jain Heritage or Cambridge School, Nagpur. Their goal is number 8, decent work and economic growth. And the participants are Tehreem Hussain, grade 9, Ishanvi Chaudhary, grade 9, and Om Patel, grade 10. Over to you, Team 5. All the very best to you.
Team 5, your time starts now.
A very good morning to one and all present over here. Today, I, Tehreem Hussain, with my fellow teammates, Ishanvi Chaudhary and Om Patel from Jain's Cambridge School, Nagpur, are here for our oral presentation on the given topic, decent work and economical growth. Next slide, please. Our ability to create a sustainable economical growth is depending challenge of our time. The challenges which we are facing are such as healthcare diseases, pandemic environment, and of course, radical terrorism. All over, to achieve this target, we need to overcome these challenges. Next slide, please. It will take us a long way for solving the challenges that I have just illustrated. More importantly, unless and until we solve the economical growth and create a sustainable long-term economic growth, we will be unable to address the seeming introduction challenges to continue the prevention of the global. Next slide, please. The fundamental question is that how we are going to create and assess economics in the developing countries such as US and across the Europe. At the same time, when they continue to struggle with the financial crisis globally. So for achieving this thing, there are the three main key drivers such as economical growth, capital labor, and productivity. In a particularly developing economical country, we see deals and defects, the decline erosion of both quality and quantity of labor, and they also say productively stealing. Next slide, please. The ultimate resource of economical development is people. It is the people, not the capital or raw material, which develop the economy. Quote and wrote Perpetua Dicta. So now, let's see, how does economical growth matters? Economical growth is very important, has its aim to increase country national income so that the citizens of country with high GDP are likely to have a high income and high standard of living. Economical growth also matters with the economical growth of country and society so that the people of country can enter in a virtual cycle of opportunities, upward mobility, and also improving living standard. Next slide, please. So now, let's see, what is SDG 8? Sustainable Development Goal 8, decent work and economical goal, is established by United Nations in 2015 as a part of 2030 agenda. This goal is very important as it promotes sustainable and inclusive economics for everyone. The idea behind SDG 8 is to create a global economy so that will be benefit for everyone and the people of the world can find a secure and productive with fair wages and good working conditions. This goal also reflects the idea of the importance of labor, opportunities, equality, and many more. Next slide, please. So now, let's see, what does SDG 8 aims to? Sustainable Development Goal 8 aims to promote sustainable and inclusive employment for everyone, with fair wages and good working conditions, and also decent work for all men and women globally. Now, I would like to hand over presentation to Shanti.
Thank you, Tahiri. There are certain key components and targets of SDG 8 which we're discussing one by one. Next slide, please. The first key component of SDG 8 is generally manifested in rise of national income. The second component is decent work, which provides equity, security, human dignity, and productive work for men and women in conditions of freedom. The third component is labor rights. It promotes safe working environments and protects labor rights. Next slide, please. The next component is youth employment, which reduces the proportions of youth not in employment, education, or training. The next component is sustainable tourism, which refers to sustainable practices in and by the tourism industries. The financial crisis is also one of the components of SDGs, which give access to useful and affordable financial products and services. Next slide, please. Youth trade policy is also a government policy that affects the number of goods and services the country exports and imports. Support for developing countries is also a key component of SDG 8, which helps or assists other developing countries in achieving high levels of goals. Next slide. Last but not the least is resource efficiency, which stands for the relationship between natural raw materials or technical economic materials. Next slide, please. As Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. So, if we want to see the change in the world economically, we need to adopt SDG 8, which recognizes the importance of sustained economic growth and high level of economic productivity for the creation of well-paid quality jobs and calls for the opportunities for full employment and decent work for all. So now, let's take a pledge and join us in promoting decent work and economic growth globally. So, if we want to change in the world economically, we need to adopt SDG 8. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, what an impressive presentation by Team 5.
Now, the next team for the oral presentation is Team 6, Manasala Public School, Kathmandu, Nepal. Their goal is goal number 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities. The participants are Nishan Khatri, grade 10, Nancy Thapa Magar, grade 9, Shrishti Koirela, grade 8. Over to you, Team 6. All the very best to you.
Team 6, your time starts now.
Sustainability is no longer about doing no harm. The visionaries and my team includes 3 members. Me, myself, Shrishti Koirala, our team leader Nishan Khatri, and Nancy Mogar. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for your precious time. As you all may know, today we all are present here to share ideas on various goals of sustainable development. Before starting our presentation, I would like to give a brief introduction about our topic. Sustainable development is a development which meet their own needs. The Brundtland Commission in 1987 formulated 17 goals of sustainable development. And our topic for today is the 11th goal, sustainable development for cities and communities. Number 1, cities are the center of development. By 2050, 68% population are expected to live in cities. Cities, the center of development and human activities, lies at the intersection of both opportunities and dangers. Number 2, cities face a challenge to maintain a balance between urban development and environmental preservation. Number 3, with these growing concerns, the necessities to make cities sustainable has never been higher. The first matter our team would like to discuss is the problem and challenges for sustainable development in cities and communities. To discuss further more information, I would like to invite Nishan Khatri.
Thank you, Nancy. Myself, Nishant Khatri, and the first problem I would like to get into is resource strain and scarcity. Because of the unprecedented population growth in the last decade or so, the demand for natural resources like food, water, air, etc., has also increased exponentially. Because of this increased demand, the depletion of resources has and our environment is unable to cope with the mankind because sorry for the delay. The second problem I would like to discuss is infrastructure resilience. In our infrastructures are the basis of development for cities and communities. Infrastructures need to be sustainable and environmentally friendly for the cities to be sustainable and environment friendly too. Our infrastructures pose a major challenge when we are trying to make cities sustainable and environment friendly. The pre-established infrastructures especially, which did not take sustainability into account, are the major problems which have to be either demolished or re-established, which take a lot of resources and money. The fourth problem at hand would be social inequality in cities. While cities looking glamorous and issues and inequality inside them, this issue makes sure that the people of lower social standings are unable to get the resources they want and have to engage into unsustainable behaviors to fulfill their own needs, which hamper sustainable communities. Of course, problems can't exist with solutions. To combat these problems we have mentioned, the first solution we have discussed on is resource optimization. Resource optimization refers to the optimal use of resources such that no resources are wasted and we can save more resources for our future generation. Because of this, resource strain and scarcity are also reduced and people are able to preserve the resources for future generation, and the problem of future generation not being able to meet their own needs is elevated. The second solution we have thought of is green and environment friendly infrastructures. Our infrastructures are the basis of development for our cities and communities. Our infrastructures are the basis for development of our cities and communities. Infrastructures need to be green and sustainable for the cities to be sustainable too. Our green infrastructures are very environment friendly and have zero, if not minimal, impact on the environment. This ensures that our sustainable cities remain sustainable even in the future. The most major problem of pre-established infrastructures can also be elevated through planned infrastructures. Planned infrastructures take into account the available land, the effect on citizens, and the reaction of the planners and experts, such that no problems or conflicts arise even in the future or at present. The third solution we have thought of is use of IT or computer technology to alleviate these problems. We can use IT or AI to navigate through the complex string of variables that affect environment degradation and sustainable cities. We can navigate through them easily using AI, and we can also use GIS and GPS mapping and other technology to have virtual sense of what problems are happening and what solutions can be proposed on it. The fourth and last solution we have thought of, which also is our most important solution, is stakeholder participation. Stakeholder refers to those people who hold a share of the development plans. While this may not seem to solve the problem, that is not the case. Stakeholder participation ensures that proper funding is received by the planners. This ensures that there is proper funding and resources, and development plans can go on smoothly. No plan can be done without resources and money. So stakeholder participation is an important part, as they also provide various insights and multidisciplinary approaches and solutions which can help to combat environment degradation and unsustainable behavior more easily. So to conclude our presentation and give our review, I would like to call my friend Nancy Magar.
Thank you, Nissan. As my peers have already told, in present, rapid population growth and climate change has made urban sustainability a necessity rather than a choice. Our bright future depends on our abilities to make our cities sustainable. Next slide, please. Thank you. Our research has delved into the various issues and challenges that block our path towards the sustainability. These issues include, but are... Thank you. Thanks.
Wow, what an impressive presentation.
Now the next team for the oral presentation is Team 7, the Jain International School, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, Aurangabad. Their goal is number 4, quality education, and the participants are Aishwarya Ingoli, grade 10, Arnav Netankar, grade 9th, and Rian Afri, grade 8. Over to you, Team 7. All the very best to you.
Team 7, your time starts now.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Rian Afri from Team 7, TGIS Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar.
I, Aishwarya Ingole.
And I, Arnav Netankar. Welcome you all to our journey for Sustainable Development Goal 4, Quality Education.
Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world.
This journey is not just about attending school. It's about what happens inside those classrooms. Next.
SDG 4 aims for inclusive, equitable, and measurable progress through specific targets. These targets are like pieces of a puzzle, forming a path to quality education for all and tracked by indicators such as literacy rates, school enrollment rates, and etc. Next.
The current scenario for India has improved significantly over the years. However, the recent literacy and enrollment rates show that policies and strategies need to be further implemented.
India's literacy rate for males is approximately 84%, whereas for females it lies at a measly 73%. The enrollment rate in primary education is around 94%, but in secondary and higher education it falls to 64% and just 26%. Next.
These graphs show a comparison of India's literacy rates, enrollment rates, and teacher-to-student ratio with the world. Next.
While SDG 4 aims to provide quality learning for all, it faces obstacles. Gender disparities persist globally, hindering progress.
Shortage of well-trained teachers, especially in remote areas, impacts education quality.
Limited access to higher education creates intense competition between students.
Quality of education varies across regions, leading to uneven learning outcomes.
Inadequate infrastructure hinders many students attending schools regularly. Next.
Achieving SDG 4 is challenging, but several key strategies can shine as rays of hope.
Increased investment in the education program can provide quality learning experiences.
Expanding access to technology resources can make learning more accessible and digital.
Promoting gender and social equality can empower individuals and foster societal progress.
Collaborative efforts with governments, NGOs, and the private sector can design and implement impactful education initiatives.
Increased funding and innovative approaches can create dynamic and inclusive learning environments, fostering critical thinking and adaptability.
These strategies are the cornerstones of quality education.
Quality education empowers,
reduces poverty,
improves health,
promotes gender equality,
and drives positive change. Let us see how we can collectively work towards these goals. Next.
The importance of quality education is universally acknowledged, and achieving it requires the active engagement of various stakeholders, including governments, businesses, and civil society organizations.
Governments must allocate resources to ensure equitable access to quality education.
Businesses can support education through partnerships and investments, while civil society organizations can bridge gaps with innovative solutions.
And as global citizens, we can actively advocate for education.
On the global stage, we've witnessed remarkable initiatives. The United Nations has led the foundation of SDG 4 by introducing policies such as the GIGA initiative, which was launched to connect every school to the internet and promote digital learning.
The Indian government has also launched initiatives such as the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan and the Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan to improve access to education, especially in rural areas. Next.
India's ongoing work involves in improving infrastructure, teacher quality, and access, emphasizing the need for inclusive, equitable quality learning for all.
In India, initiatives like the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan have significantly improved access to quality education. Next. Finland's world-renowned education system emphasizes student well-being and teacher professionalism.
Both nations have shown that a strong commitment to education, innovative policies, and investments in human capital can lead to SDG 4 success, driving positive societal change and fostering a brighter future for their citizens. Next.
In conclusion, Sustainable Development Goal 4, quality education for all, is a critical pillar of the Global Development Agenda. The achievement of SDG 4 is intertwined with the broader Sustainable Development Agenda.
Nonetheless, the significance of quality education in fostering sustainable development cannot be overstated.
In the end, we would like to leave you with the message that
education equals gender equality.
Education equals economic opportunity.
Education equals health.
And education equals environmental sustainability. Next.
It's our shared responsibility to invest in education and ensure that no one is left behind. Together we say, let's work together to ensure that every child has access to quality education and opportunity to reach their full potential.
Thank you so much for engaging in this critical mission for a better future.
Thank you.
Wow, what a wonderful presentation by Team 7.
Feminism isn't about making women stronger. Women are already strong. It's about changing the way the world pursues that strength. Quote unquote G.D. Anderson. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce you all to our next jury member, Dr. Nilofer Hussaini ma'am. Ma'am is an assistant professor in the Department of Professional Studies, School of Commerce, Finance and Accountancy, Christ University, Bangalore. Ma'am is the program head for MCOM International Finance at Christ University. Ma'am has qualified UGC NET and obtained her PhD in Commerce and BA in Economics. Ma'am had recently completed Advanced Data Science from IIM Kozhikode as a part of continuous education program, having more than 10 years of university teaching experience in various PG and UG courses, including research, economics, and business statistics. Ma'am has published several research articles in Scopus Index journals, along with the book chapters. Her research mainly includes socio-economic issues of emerging economics. Now, may I solemnly request respected Dr. Nilofer ma'am to address us. It's over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you for that introduction, Niveda. And first of all, I would like to thank Dr. Mona Mehdi and the organizing committee to invite me for this program. Well, I find this program to be extremely noble because so far, whatever research paper presentations I have attended, I have seen it to be done mainly in the higher academic institutions by the students and by their faculty. So I feel that this entire idea of conducting a research paper presentation at a school level, and that too at a global level like this, I feel that it's a very innovative idea. And perhaps you are setting a benchmark for many other institutions to follow. So I would like to congratulate all the teachers and the students in the entire organizing committee to hold a program, conduct a program of this caliber. Well, I also want to say that your conference theme was very nicely thought. It is very relevant, and all the papers that the presenters have presented was very relevant to the theme. So congratulations to all of you who has done so much hard work to put up the program like this today. And I want to give my special appreciation to all the presenters and participants who have done so much of hard work to write the paper, because paper writing is not easy. And I have gone through all the paper. It was so interesting to go through the entire research paper for all the teams. I was also very inspired to and very motivated to look at, to hear your speech today. It is so full of energy and so nice to listen to all of you. I feel that all of you are brilliant researchers in making. So congratulations to all of you. And I just want to conclude by saying that today the best speaker prize may not be given to all, but I feel that all of you are emerging as winners out of this program, because each one of you is taking away so much from this learning platform, that you are going to be best speakers and best researchers in the days to come. So all of you, I would like to thank to all of you and to congratulate all of you for this program. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your insightful words. We take immense pleasure to give away a token of love and warmth to our respected jury member, Dr. Nilofer Hussaini, ma'am.
Great leaders don't set out to be a leader. They set out to make difference. It's never about the role, always about the goal. This stands true for the man who strides the ship of JGI schools efficiently, giving an edge to the teaching learning process through his sharp and far-sighted vision and his outstanding organizational skills. He is none other than the Honorable President Academic Council, CEO JGI Group, Dr. Chandrasekhar DP, sir. May I solemnly request respected sir to address us. So over to you, sir.
Good morning, and thank you very much for this opportunity. First of all, I would like to start off by congratulating all the participating teams who have made it so far and have prepared, I'm sure, for a longer period of time, because with every passing season, the pressure kind of increases for you to outperform. And I want to congratulate all the 8 teams for doing such a wonderful job. And to me, this session every year is like a crash course in global affairs, because in a matter of 2 hours or a little more than that, you get to hear from the people who matter. about the concerns and issues that matter the most in current situation and generation. Let me take you back a couple of steps in terms of what I mean when I say that it is a crash course of global affairs, because if you look at the students and the people in front of us on the screen, we see that these are the people to whom the future generation belongs. Now, there is no rocket science in accepting that fact, because the entire road ahead of these young minds is paved with a lot of challenges, a lot of opportunities, and at the same time, these burning issues. Now, it's also important to understand how they feel for and think about these issues. Now, this program gives us an insight into their minds as to what do they feel strongly about and how do they feel strongly about these global yet local issues which we kind of encounter on a daily basis. Quality education, sanitation, elevation of poverty, all these issues are very, very important issues, and global peace, not to forget that. So I really want to thank and congratulate all of you, 8 teams, for giving us this wealth of knowledge in a capsule format year after year. Yes, we have come to the 9th edition of the Chairman Championship, and this 9th edition of the Chairman Championship would not have been possible if not for the consistent and relentless efforts of all the people at the JGI schools. Now, when I say all, the word all may be very small, but it is very, very comprehensive. I want to begin by acknowledging by names Dr. Mona Mehdi, the person who has been the brain, the person who has been the heart and soul in making this event a benchmark event in the calendar of JGI schools, and her effort, her coordination, and I'm sure all the people here will agree to this particular fact that she has been one person with an attention to detail. The number of times she keeps repeating her instructions or the guidelines, the number of times she keeps coordinating and connecting with people to ensure that on any given day that the purpose of this particular event is not defeated. The ultimate objective is learning. The ultimate objective is sharing. The ultimate objective is giving. But to do that, to achieve that, there is a lot of things which you need to prepare in the background. And I think her team, whether it is the team at Kondapur or the team at Nagpur or the team at Aurangabad or even the team at Shamirpet, I'm sure all of them are contributing towards this success. When I say Dr. Mona Mehdi, it is not just her, it is the entire team who supports her. But at the end of the day, there should be a leader, there has to be a person who will be accountable and responsible. That itself is a great learning for all the students. Listen, you may be representing today for 8 minutes in giving your presentation or 5 minutes, whatever is the time allotted. But then the research work and the kind of presentations and the kind of text and the kind of preparation, a lot of people have helped you. It may be your friends who are not even coming on the screen today. It may be your teachers who have supplied that critical piece of information so that you score that extra mark. It may be your parents who have encouraged you, who have woken you up, or who have helped you with some resources, who have borne your rehearsals, saying, okay, I want to practice in front of you, listen to me. All these people are interested in one thing. They want you to be the best version of you. They are interested in making sure that you get that much needed platform and opportunity to make it happen and make it big in this particular life of yours. So I think, again, it's a teamwork. It is the coordination and collective effort of people. And I really want to congratulate the entire team at JGI Schools for being relentless about this Chairman Championship. Next, I really want to speak a little bit about an important topic which we were discussing just yesterday evening. I was attending this Gifted and Talented Education Summit, which was conducted last evening, and there were people from across the world who were participating. For some of us, it was evening at 5:30 yesterday, but some of them in the other side, they were just waking up around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. And this gentleman, Don Ambrose, he has come up with this model called a spiral model, and two words caught my attention. In that model, he spoke about one called aspiration and the other called talent. Now, if you look at it, there is a great tension between these two. I will talk from the students' perspective because this conference belongs to the students. All of you, as you are growing up, you will be experiencing a lot of aspirations. Maybe, for example, one day you will say, okay, I will become a scientist. I want to get into that particular role. Or some other day you will say, I will become an engineer, an aeronautical specialist, or somebody, a sportsman, or somebody like your parents, a doctor, or an advocate, or a businessman, or a business woman, or whatever. Now, these are aspirations. And I'm sure this is just when it comes to careers. Apart from that, you also have other aspirations. For example, you want that new iPhone 15, or you want to have a pet, or you want to go to maybe Europe or America or Australia for a vacation, or maybe you want to buy that latest gadget or the car or the bike, or maybe you want to hang out with your friends. These are all different aspirations, and they change like weather with seasons. Okay. Now, that is on the one side. On the other side, you have another aspect which kind of holds you or also propels you. That is talent. Are you capable of becoming an advocate? Are you capable of becoming a scientist? Do you have it in you to become a writer? Do you have it in you to become an aeronautical specialist? Do you have it in you to own and possess and protect an iPhone 15? Do you have it in you to handle it? So that is also important. Now, there are many times you can say, how does it matter? I will take it and then I will see whether I am capable of handling it. No. You need to give equal time and thought to both these things. Because remember one thing, sometimes your talents are not identified easily by you or your parents or your schools or the people around you, but then eventually it will come out. Because if you are stuck in the wrong place for a long time, you will start getting depressed and frustrated and agitated. Opposite, if your aspirations are so overwhelming and your talents will not support you or back it up, again, then you are in a place of fix and you don't know what to do. So the reason I'm bringing these 2 points is, as you're researching, as you're preparing and presenting these presentations in this format, you would have got certain thought waves. You would have really understood what is the magnitude of the issue which you are handling. You would have really, like I was listening to one of the presentations just a while ago, where somebody said, we will have these AI enabled solutions for this particular thing. Then I also heard one more person saying, we will have mental wellness counseling clinics or setups at different places so that children and people and population can handle their mental issues at a nearby neighborhood. Now, these are things, maybe sometimes strike a chord saying, okay, my passion is here, my ambition is to contribute here. And then you have to take a step back and say, are you talented enough to contribute there? If not, can you do something about improving and honing your talent and skills? Because that's where you will kind of merge the two of aspiration and talent. So my request, why I'm giving you this is, there are many students in our classrooms today who are into various categories. For example, on one end of the spectrum, we keep talking about specially able learners or slow learners. Like some people do not learn the way others learn. Okay. Now, some are very slow in maybe conceptual understanding, or maybe remembering, or maybe memory, or maybe reproducing the same knowledge the way it was given to them through a teacher or a book and putting it back there. They may not be as very good as that, but they will be given that special attention of remedial or revision or extra work or differentiated learning, and then put them there. And as students, I'm sure you all encounter that. You do group study. I used to do when I was in class, where accounts was not known to me because I was a science graduate. I went into accountancy, that is commerce, for my 12th grade, and I had to learn. So I need to meet a friend of mine and spend more time because that person studied accountancy in his 10th grade. So for me, he was my teacher. More than the teacher in the classroom, he was my teacher because I can talk to him in a very slang language, but still understand concepts. Now, when I am doing that, there are people around me who are labeling me. There are people around me who are judging me, who says, no, this boy is weak in accounts, or this boy is very strong in accounts, or this boy can manage and somehow scrape through accounts. Now, these are labels which you get attached to whether you like it or not. That is one end of the spectrum. The other end of the spectrum are those people who are very good in everything, who are super fast, even faster than the computer maybe for some time, or faster than the teacher and faster than the book. You know everything. Now, are we doing as a school or as an environment, are we doing enough to challenge those gifted people? Can we put them to the next level? Can we give them extra challenges or give them extra opportunities, give them more awareness where they can go to the next level and try to come up with it? Now, these are two important things which you need to be aware of, because no two students are same. No two human beings are same. Each, in fact, that is the reason in Jain Group we believe in that concept called every child is unique. And we also extend that further called every child counts. It doesn't matter whether you are good in mathematics or science and bad in, or I will not use the word bad, but you may not be as good as you want to be in Hindi or Telugu. But then you are good in something, and that is where you need to extend your aspiration and talent. So this concept of Chairman Championship and you presenting for sustainable development goals is basically an intention of giving you a platform. I did hear all the jury members who spoke so positively, encouragingly, and in fact, Mr. Umashankar or Dr. Umashankar mentioned that he does not even consider himself as a jury. He thinks he is a participant where he comes here to learn. And I'm sure he has resonated the thoughts of many of us. We don't consider ourselves to be, we know it all. In fact, some of the things which you spoke about SDGs, we didn't know. We learned about it when it came out from you. It's a great learning. So at the end of the day, all of us are here to do only one thing. All the adults, all the people with mustaches and beards on their face, or maybe little gray hair on their heads, or colorful hair like Dr. Mona, all of us are here to do only one thing. That is to give you the platform. That is to give you that opportunity. That is to give you that impetus to say that you can do it. So remember, on any given day, there can be only those many winners. I also participate in marathons. I'm not a marathon runner, but I do running just to keep myself fit, maybe a 5K or whatever it is. I also participate. Now, I want to give you that example. When you participate in a 5K run, maybe some of you might have run even a 10K or even a marathon. There are thousands of people who run. In fact, cities mobilize a lot of people to come and run. Now, can you imagine, or do you think I will participate in a marathon because I want that first prize gold medal or a second prize gold medal or a third prize medal? No, at least I don't think so. And I'm sure 99% of the people who participate in a marathon will not aim for that medal. Because even before I finish 2 kilometers, somebody has already finished 5 kilometers and they would have won that medal. But why do we participate? We participate because we want to participate, number one. Number two, we want to test ourselves, where we stand. Number three, we want to give ourselves the opportunity to say, I did try. And number four, you also want to learn. This time I did 5K by walking maybe 1 kilometer in between. But next time, can I do 5K without walking 1 kilometer? Next time, can I improve better? Maybe I will take only 45 minutes to finish a 5 kilometers. Or maybe next time, 32 minutes. Now here, I want to introduce to you to one important word. You all know the other word. And the other word which is very common is called competition. I'm not talking about competition. The word I want to introduce to you to is competitiveness. Although it sounds similar, but they are two different things. Competitiveness is how I am today versus how I will be tomorrow. Competition is how I am now versus how you are now. You got the point? You got the difference? So competitiveness is all about me yesterday versus me today versus me tomorrow versus me day after. And in this comparison between my performance and my performance and my performance, is there an upward graph? Is there a betterment? Is there a progress? And I think that is what will take you to your destination. It is not about winning or losing against somebody. All of you are winners. All of you at the end of the day are winners because you finished your presentation successfully. Whether you are from Nepal or whether you are from India, it doesn't matter. What matters is how were you yesterday to how are you today? How are you today to how are you tomorrow? Go back again to that 5K marathon example. You don't run because you want to win. You run because you want to test your potential. You want to enjoy that whole process of running with your friend or family member or a neighbor or some associate in your workplace. You want to enjoy that. And you are participating here even for the same reason. You want to enjoy. You want to have an experience of being a presenter at the International Student-Led Conference on Sustainable Development Goals. That's the whole objective. And this is the attitude with which you need to approach everything. Not just the competition or not just the presentation. Even life. You approach it with that attitude. That attitude of how am I today and am I better tomorrow? How am I tomorrow? Am I better day after? In whatever field. It may be drawing, it may be rangoli, it may be painting, it may be skit, it may be drama, dance, theater, music, art and craft, karate, taekwondo, physics, mathematics, statistics, geometry, geography, history, political economics, whatever it is. You need to work on that. Even robotics, even modeling, even video games, you need to better your score. You need to work there. And that's the only thing. It does not matter what others are doing and where you stand in that sheet. What matters is how you are on Sunday versus how are you on Monday and how are you on Tuesday. And I'm telling you with a lot of conviction, if you focus on that, each one of you can have a small little logbook, a small pocket book, and start giving yourself score. On 0 to 9, you give yourself score, how are you today on certain parameters, maybe punctuality, maybe with your studies, or maybe with your respect and human values with your friends and family members and neighbors, or maybe with your own discipline. Whatever may be the discipline. It is not that I will set a timetable and say you follow the discipline. It is your own discipline. I will wake up at this time. I will brush twice a day. Or I will eat my food. I will drink my water. I will eat my vegetables. Or I will do my exercise. Or I will do my meditation or prayer. Or I will spend some time with my father and my mother. Or I will spend some time with my grandfather and grandmother. Or I will take care of my sibling. Or I will help my mother and father in some household chores. Or I will be polite to my seniors and friends and adults around me. Whatever it is. And give it a score. On a score of 0 to 1, I mean 0 to 9, how much did you score each day? Next day you put score. And total, you all can do basic math. 10 parameters, and these are the scores. You total it and say, okay, for Monday I scored maybe 72 out of 90. I'm saying 10 things, 9 is the maximum. So 90 is your thing, 72 you score. Tuesday, did you score 75 or 71? Wednesday, did you score 80 or 85? Or Thursday? Yeah. So see the progress after 2 months, after 3 months. What is your average? You can take average. You know, if you can know to add, you can also know to take average. Take an average. This continuous improvement is what will take you to where you want to go in any field. In any field. Okay, now it is a World Cup season. All of you must be, I don't know if you are watching cricket. You see Virat Kohli, or you see your Rohit Sharma, or you see your Mohammad Shami, or others who are participating and playing and bringing laurels to the country. Now, did they become what they become or what they are overnight? No. They took a lot of time. Today, we are realizing the power of Mohammad Shami, who is the highest wicket taker in World Cup cricket matches, because he is able to get 5 wickets or 4 wickets in a match. And then the whole world, who don't even know who is Mohammad Shami, is now awakening to the fact that there is one guy called Mohammad Shami who is a highest wicket taker. But did he become an overnight success? No. He must have tried so many times in all these gully crickets, and then playground nearby his hometown, and then he went to the junior under 12, and then under 14, and then under 16, and then Ranji Trophy, Duleep Trophy, then IPL, and then maybe India junior team, and then he will be in the India team, and even in the India team they would have made him run around with water bottles, and finally he would have got a break. And then he went and scored the runs or took wickets, and then people said, okay, there is a talented boy here. And today, 3.5 crore people watch it on Disney Hotstar, and out of 3.5 crore, everybody is now Mohammad Shami fans. But how many people are there in the country? 140 crore people are there in the country. Only 3.5 crore people are watching the match. But then 120 other crore people will learn about him, read about him after the match is over. Oh, who scored the man of the match? How did we win? How did Sri Lanka get out at 55? Oh, Mohammad Shami took 5 wickets. Who is this Mohammad Shami? Where is he coming from? And now you've got this Instagram and Facebook and what is that, TikTok. So all those things. So he's more popular than maybe your class teacher or your father or your mother or your best friend, because he's all over the world. But did it happen overnight? No, it happened with consistency. It happened, maybe he would have also had a small notebook like what I recommended, saying how many times I bowl where the ball lands on the exact seam. How many times did I hit the wicket? Out of 60 times I deliver the ball, how many times did I score the bold? Clean bold. Then he will measure. Okay, 60 balls, 10 times this week. Next time I should do it 12 times. Next time I should do it 15 times. Next time I'll do it 25 times. Next time I'll do it 50 times. And then he'll become what he becomes. So these are certain things I want to put your thoughts. Of course, you will all watch your match tomorrow versus South Africa. Observe this. Who's playing well? How did they play so well? If you like cricket. No, you like football? Watch Messi or other people, how they score goals so consistently. So sustainable development goals is not the only goal. There are many goals. Football goal is there, or soccer goal is there, or your life goals are there. All these things need a strategy. All these things need preparation. All these things need perseverance. All these things need effort. And that comes only when you are ready. It does not come when Dr. Mona is ready or all the jury members are ready or I am ready to listen to you. We are ready only because you are ready to present. That presentation you prepared. That presentation you worked for. That presentation you created with the help of people around you. I've already spoken about that. Right? So this is what I would like to tell today, that it is a wonderful thing. And we'll see who will win, who will lose, or what happens. That is not in my hands. That is not in anybody's hands here other than the jury members. And they also will be doing it out of the best wisdom what they can have on that day. Maybe another day you present, maybe another day another winner will be there. So don't worry or don't give too much credit to the winners and losers. What I want you to focus on, these things which I've already spoken about. Your aspiration, your talent, your preparation, how you approach with consistency. These are the things I would like to tell you. And I really want to thank all the jury members. I won't even use the word jury members. I'll say family members of JGA now, because you have become a part of this particular chairman championship and the sustainable development goals initiative. And this has become a tradition and a culture in our family. So I really want to thank all of you with folded hands that you have been a constant source of support. Dr. Nilofer, Dr. Uma Shankar, and even Dr. Tajwar. All of you have been super solid in your support in giving this. And I know this time we were a little late. We were a little late in even coming up with this, because we were trying something else. And the thing which we were trying was to give an experiential environment or learning for students of our 4 branches and maybe some more, to take them to the border state of Jammu and Kashmir, where they will be immersed in My Country, My Pride initiative. But due to certain unavoidable circumstances, that could not happen. But we will do it. It's not that if it did not happen 2023, it will never happen. It will happen. But then because of that, we were a little late in coming back to the sustainable development goals. But then better late than never. We could make it. We are now able to fulfill it. And I want to congratulate and thank all of the other principals. Principal of Shamirpet, principal of Nagpur, principal of or CEO of Aurangabad, all of you for actually being the flag bearers at your respective locations and contributing to it. Even Subulakshmi madam, you have also learned a lot and you have also contributed in your own way, because even by silent presence, you are actually contributing to the team's success. So that is what I believe in. And of course, Lalita ma'am, whom we will hear in a few minutes, where she has that immaculate ability of summarizing and giving the credit to everyone. In fact, she is the official gratitude giver of JGI family, where she can do the job like no other person. and it's an honor that we have her with us also in this particular program. So all in all, it's a together collective team effort. Santosh has been a cornerstone of keeping the tally and digital and tech support. Many people are there, but at the end of the day, I think as we finish by 12:30 today or 12:45, we go back enriched. We go back learned. We can at least have a meaningful discussion in some social circle about SDGs. And for that, we need to thank all of you. You are the people who made it happen here for us, and thank you very much for your contribution. Students, you are the real champions. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your stimulating and enlightening words. Now, may I humbly request respected sir to release the Smart Diamonds Volume 4.
Yes, sure. As Chairman sir says, all the students are diamonds and not diamonds. So we are very happy that year over year we are being successful in bringing out the volume, and I take this opportunity and a privilege to launch the Smart Diamonds in front of all of you. And this is not my work, this is the work of the students and the support of all the teachers and the principals. Congratulations to all of you.
I humbly request respected Mona Mehdi ma'am to kindly take over the next segment. It's over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Nivedha. What a mind-boggling day, I would say. My God. I think nothing can be more gratifying than hearing these young minds working together towards a common goal. I really need to congratulate each one of you for putting in your efforts, the way you have made this day a memorable one. The best part of any competition is that we discover that we can do so much. We don't even know that we know so much, and we just come to know that, oh my God, we know so much. And as every year, it's my responsibility to declare the results. And before I do that, I really need to thank all the 3 jury members. I know there was a little bit of technical glitch initially and the way they were fanatically calling. In fact, Tajwar ma'am, thank you so much. From Dubai, she was calling me that I'm not able to fill the marks the moment the team started speaking. So that itself shows that so alert they were while you were presenting. So each one of you have done a commendable job. And while I was compiling the results as sir was speaking, in all these 3 seasons, I never happened to see such a result. It's such a tough competition with so many ties. While I'll be telling the results, you yourself will be surprised. I mean, it was, I think, the most gratifying conference wherein cutthroat competition with points, it was varying or it was a tie. And though we think that only the best has to be presented, but your results are going to be very different this time. And the categories of the results will be the best abstract, the best research article, the best presentation that is based on totally today's oral presentation. The best team is assessed on the abstract, research article, and today's oral presentation. And from last year, because of the suggestion given by the eminent jury members, especially Dr. Tajwar and Dr. Umar Shankar, we had to add the runners-up team as well, because they felt that the students have done a fantastic job and we should be adding one more award. So runners-up team is also there, and the best speaker. So now is the time for us to go with the first award, that is the best abstract. Is the first category of awards, and it goes to team number 2, GEMS Modern Academy, Dubai, Goal 7, Affordable and Clean Energy, with the participants Gauri Menon, Prasanna, and Saksham Boveja as team members. Congratulations to the team. Great design is the foundation of great business, and a research article gives the glimpse of the kind of work you can do or you have done in a specific area. All the teams, you have done a fantastic job, and during my interaction with the jury members, I could understand that it was really tough for them to decide the best one. But then in a competition, there has to be one best. So the best research article goes to team number 4, Jain Heritage, a Cambridge School, Kondapur. Goal 14, Life Below Water, with Ananya Nair, Gokshetra and Rohita as team members. Congratulations, team. So today's conference really justifies this line that you can't be the most talented in the room, but you can definitely be the most competitive one. And today's presenters, I don't know how the results are going to be taken up by all of you, but so many ties I have seen, and I just don't know. This kind of a result in the last 3 conferences I never had. So the last 2, and this is the 3rd one. So each team was giving a tough competition to the others, and the grades, the marks, they were changing with each team competing. And the first in the category of the results that I need to announce today is the Best Presentation Award. That was for today's oral presentation. And surprisingly, there are 3 teams who have a tie, and they all have the same score. So we have to give them the Best Presentation Award, because I don't want to take away that thunder and that glory, because this is all the jury's efforts. So we will be declaring it, and there is a tie. Tie is usually between 2, but this time it is between 3 teams. So the 3 teams who are going to get the Best Presentation Award is Team 1, DPS Modern Indian School, Qatar, with Saisha, Syed Amir, and Arohi as the team members, and the goal was Goal 5, Gender Equality. I think we can clap for them, but then there is another team who has a tie, that is team number 4, Jain Heritage, a Cambridge School, Kondapur, Hyderabad, with Ananya Nair, Gokshetra, and Rohita as the team members, with the goal 14, Life Below Water. And then there is one more team which has a tie and the same score, that is team number 7, the Jain International School, Aurangabad, with Ria Nafade, Arnav, and Aishwarya as the team members, and goal for quality education was their topic. Well done, teams, and a big congratulations to all of you. Santosh, can we have those claps? Yeah. I'm sure you're all clapping, you're very excited. You really deserve it. So this is the kind of competition which we had today. Now moving to the Best Team Award. Again, there is a tie. I mean, I am telling you, I've never seen such kind of a result. And there was no time to discuss with the jury members that can you revisit? So we can't even revisit. So the time for the best team for which the evaluation is on the basis of your abstract, research article, and oral presentation for today has been considered. It was tough, but I think it's really nice to have valid competition as it pushes to do better. Mind you, next conference, you will have to put in more efforts because there is someone who is already at par with you. So as per the jury members' recommendation, we also started with the runners-up awards also. And for that also, I mean, we had ties. So runner-up best team, we have 2 teams, and the best team is definitely 1 team. So first I'm going to announce about the There are two teams who have backed this. Team 2, GEMS Modern Academy, Dubai, with Gauri Menon, Prasanna and Saksham as team members. And Team 4, JHCS Kondapur, with Ananya Nair, Gokshetra and Rohita as team members. Congratulations, you both teams are the runners-up. The best team award, that is just one, there's no tie for this, goes to team number 1, DPS Modern Indian School, Qatar, with Saisha, Syed Amir and Arohi as team members. Goal 5, gender equality, was their topic. Congratulations, teams, you were fantastic. I think you all deserve a large round of applause. Last in the award category is the individual award for the best speaker, which was totally based on your today's performance. And I wholeheartedly appreciate the jury members for doing the justice within stipulated time as the teams were presenting. It was all being done online on the Google Sheet with no discussions, all sitting in different locations. And the best speaker award also has a tie. So the best speaker award goes to Saksham Buveja of GEMS Modern School and Ria Nafre of TJIS Aurangabad. Congratulations, both of you. Fantastic it was. Thank you so much, jury members, all the participants and the audience for your support, cooperation, and patience in making this event a meaningful one. As rightly said, it's the entire team. And from my side, I would like to specially mention the names of the principals and coordinators from the outside school, from the chain outside school, that is Asma ma'am from this DPS Modern Indian School. Then we had the coordinator Lakshmi and Noyanika continuously in touch with me. GEMS Modern Academy with Divya in constant touch with us. Then we had Miss Prerna from Mansala Public School. They were just fantastic. You know, it is different time zone and then coordinating with our time zone and adjusting, coming for the rehearsals. I truly appreciate the hard work put in by each one of you. Besides my fellow principals in the Jain family, thank you so much for your entire teamwork. This event could not have been possible except that you people were there to support this entire event. And Santosh, from my side, it's a special appreciation for you for taking things so meticulously, because all of you know that I'm a perfectionist and I would like everything to be minutely detailed. So thank you so much for living up to my expectation, all of you. So congratulations, dear awardees, and thank you so much, the jury members and the coordinators and principals, for your support. Kudos to each one of you for your efforts. This is just the beginning for each one of you students. The journey begins now because you need to walk the talk. Bring into practice your brilliant ideas. The world needs it. But before we conclude the award ceremony, there is one award which is given to the subject experts for the term 1 in the JGI family during the Chairman's Championship. All the subject experts put in a lot of efforts to ensure high standards of teaching across all the branches of JGI. It's an important designation with lots of responsibilities. Keeping into consideration all the parameters, it was tough to decide always. But the Academic Council has decided that the Term 1 Subject Expert Award will be given to Ms. Sirisha R., the English Subject Expert. Congratulations and keep up the good work, Ms. Sirisha. With this, thank you And with this, we come to an end to the award ceremony. Over to you, Nikhil and Nivedha, to take the program ahead. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Heartiest congratulations to all the winners and all the participants. Your hard work has really been paid off. Oh wow, such a proud moment for all of us. Your principals, mentors, and teachers to deserve acknowledgement. This event has been a success since you gave your 100%. And here you are, sweeping away not only the awards and recognition, but also a lot of confidence and knowledge.
May I now request respected Joint Secretary, Ms. Lolita Kosaraju ma'am, to propose the vote of thanks. It's over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Nikhil and Nivedha. Am I audible? Good afternoon, respected jury members, President, CEO, Dr. Chandrasekhar DP, Secretary Dr. Mona Mehdi, principals of the participating schools, coordinators, participants, and all the people out there watching this historical event live on our YouTube channels. When we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. Quote, unquote, John F. Kennedy. First and foremost, I'm thankful to the JJ Academic Council for giving me this opportunity to do the honors of thanking each and everyone responsible, both on screen and behind the screen, for the successful conduction of this mega event. We salute our visionary leader, Dr. Chandrasekhar DP, for not only conceiving this initiative, but also for his unstinted support to ensure that there is consistency and continuity. So now we can proudly say that we have become the pioneers and masters as well in conducting this International Student-Led Conference on Sustainable Development Goals. And also, sir, thank you for introducing the word competitiveness to the students in your motivational address. As you know, the event is christened after our beloved chairman, Dr. Chainraj Roychand, who's an inspiring force and is always there in our thoughts. Our sincere thanks and gratitude to the three jury members, Dr. Tajwar Hussaini, Dr. Uma Shankar, and Dr. Nilofar Hussaini, who have put in hours of efforts to assess the abstracts, to read through the entire research articles, and also to listen attentively to these live presentations, to assess impartially, and also to give the deserving scores for all these children. It is definitely a Herculean task, and each one of us go deeply to all that you have done to make this a successful event. We wholeheartedly thank and appreciate the management and principals of the schools who have sent their teams to participate in this conference. They have gone a long way in ensuring their students get the right kind of exposure and experience through this. We applaud the principal of DPS Modern Indian School from Qatar, Ms. Asna Nafis, and her coordinators, Ms. Lakshmi and Ms. Nonika, for all their support and cooperation throughout. Our special thanks goes to the team from GEMS Modern Academy from Dubai, the principal, Ms. Nargish Kumbhatta, and the coordinator, Ms. Divya Rajkaria, for their active part and ensuring their team gave the best. We are very grateful to the principal of Manchulu Public School from Nepal, Ms. Suchita Shakya, and the coordinator, Ms. Prerna, for their coordination and cooperation throughout the last 40 days. We also extend our gratitude to the 4 JGI school principals and their coordinators as well. Ms. Shikha Srivastava, the COO, and the coordinator, Ms. Ruhina from TJS Aurangabad, for all their active involvement. Dr. Mona Mehdi, the principal of JHCS Kondapur, and the coordinator, Ms. Ruchita Malhotra, for giving their best. Ms. Monica, the principal from JHCS Nagpur, and her coordinator, Ms. Archana Tiwari, for ensuring that their cooperation and coordination was with us. And from JHCS Shamikpet, the principal, Ms. Rahila Tabassum, and the coordinator, Ms. Chirajita, for their active participation. A huge round of applause for all the creatives, teasers, and the invitations done so well by Mr. Praful of TJS Aurangabad under the dynamic guidance of Ms. Shikha Srivastava. The final PPT and the backdrops were so beautiful thanks to the efforts of Ms. Rahila Tabassum. Hearty congratulations and appreciations, dear Suchita, on the compilation and facilitating the release of that wonderful stories written by the students, the 4th edition of Smart Diamonds. We thank Ms. Monica to ensuring that we have some international schools as part of this international conference. With her efforts, all the certificates were created by our web designer, Mr. Imran, who deserves a round of applause too. Highest appreciations to Mr. Santosh, our head operations, who has ensured all our rounds of rehearsals and mainly today's event went off without a glitch. Thanks to him, this event is also being telecast live on JGI YouTube channel as well. Nikhil and Niveda, you have carried the huge responsibility of threading this entire event on your little shoulders. You've done a fantastic job, and this experience and exposure, I'm sure, will take you a long way. Great job of mentoring them, Ms. Shikha. Last but not the least, the Sutradhar of this entire event. Right from the first mail to reach out to the international schools till today's address to motivate our participants, Dr. Mona Mehdi, you are the strongest pillar behind this entire concept and event. You deserve the biggest round of applause during the entire process, which took more than 40 days, coordinating with the jury members, shooting emails at every point, reminding all of us of the important deadlines, making those detailed observations and corrections during rehearsals. We could see you everywhere. Doing this flawlessly, in addition to her responsibilities as a principal and as a secretary of the Academic Council, is stupendous. Kudos to you, Mona ma'am, on this hat trick of International Student-led Conference on SDGs on the occasion of the 9th Chairman's Championship. Lastly, on behalf of all JGIs, my heartiest congratulations to all the student participants and the winners in different categories. I think they deserve the biggest applause for all their efforts in researching, learning, and presenting these much needed development goals. You have made your family and your school proud. You have become heroes in the eyes of your peers for sure. Wishing you all the very best for your future endeavors as well. Thank you for being patient listeners, and over to you, Nikhil and Niveda.
Thank you, ma'am. I request all of you to stand for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I request all the participants of 7 teams, respected jury members, Honorable President, Honorable Secretary, Honorable Joint Secretary, and heads of all branches and center managers to kindly stay for a group photo.
All of you, please switch on your cameras and smile, please.
Done, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Santosh. And all the participants, you will be getting your participation certificate, you will be getting your winner certificates, but you'll have to give me little time because this time the teams are more and I'm traveling from tomorrow. But I assure you by this weekend, everything will be there with you. I'll try and get it even before that. But in the meantime, as yesterday I had requested all the coordinators, kindly send me your testimonial so that I start doing the back-end work of compiling for the research proceedings. Thank you so much, all of you, for being patiently here. I see it started with 42 and just now some 2 people have dropped, otherwise they were 42 till now. Thank you, the jury members, for your time. Despite being a working day. Thank you, sir, for being with us throughout. Thank you, all the coordinators, students, and each one of you. Thank you, Lalita, for summarizing the entire thing so very well. Thank you and have a great weekend. Sir, would you like to add something in the end, my request?
I have nothing more to add, but I want to congratulate the winners and also the participants and congratulate everyone for making this Saturday so enriching and meaningful. Thank you once again and all the very best. Have a good rest of the day and see you soon next year.